Ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, when I ask you, you're on the hot seat, and you're gonna have a hot question, and you have to
Okay.
answer. If you don't answer it, you have to take this buzz ball.
Oh snap!
Just kidding. All right,
All right.
and here we go. All right, Ruben, you can start.
Hello, guys. Welcome back to another episode of the Hotseat podcast. I'm Ruben,
I'm Anthony.
I'm Elijah.
and he's one of our special guests today. So, Elijah, tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do.
Yeah, so I'm an artist. I started with acting, and now I'm working on music, fashion, couple other things that I got coming. Anything with the arts, I love it. I do it, and I work on it.
Period.
Period.
So, tell us about Hollywood.
Hollywood. Yeah.
It's an experience. It's very different culture from the RGV. Just moving. I moved there when I was 12 years old with my mom, just my mom and I. She believed in me, so we went and I went to go chase my dreams. I got my agent. I went through this like talent scouting process called iPop. It was for dancing, singing, modeling, acting. I went through the acting portion, and they actually came down here to the valley when I was about 10 years old, 9, 10, 10 years, 11 years old, back in 2012. And I was already acting prior to that. I was doing local commercials, theater. I was performing at parks. We did a little play every year at St. El Rey downtown. And then for the city and the mayor, I was able to meet the mayor very early on. So I was always involved locally with theater production and productions down here. I did some local commercials. And then eventually I felt the itch, and I was in the car with the radio leaving Olive Garden. That was one of my favorite restaurants when I was younger. And my mom and I heard this ad on the radio on 104.1, and it was for the talent scouting. And so we decided to pursue it. I told my mom I really wanted to go and audition, and it started with like 1,000 people showing up at the convention center.
Oh,
Damn.
damn.
They slowly started cutting it down, and I auditioned. It was like a commercial audition, monologue, which is a performance that you do by yourself, like a little soliloquy, and then it was a movie scene, I guess, a partner scene. And so I studied it. I was in acting classes from like the age of like 9 and up. So I practiced with my acting teacher, and eventually I there was like a district kind of thing. Like they would cut you, they would weed out they would thin out the herd. So you started locally, then you got to district, state, and then you made it to like the
national.
nationals. Yeah, so when you made it to nationals, you would have to go to Hollywood, and that was my first trip in 2012. Yes,
And was
2012.
it what you expected? Like, oh shit, this is Hollywood. It's like,
Uh, Not at all. I mean, Hollywood. You see the
Yeah,
you
not
see
the
the
shine.
movies, and then you see
the real life.
the
I heard
real
it's
life.
dirty as fuck.
Yeah, I mean, it's not
A lot of
everything
fucking
it has
homeless.
to be. I grew up there, and it is a part of me now, and I consider myself an Angelino. So there's a lot of homelessness. There's a lot of things they don't show, but once people go, they see it, and it definitely got worse after the pandemic. I mean, I went back 2022 and 2025, and I was like, I just didn't recognize my city. It was very different. A lot of people have left after the pandemic. There was an exodus from California to Texas. A lot of Californians are now in Austin and Dallas and a couple of spots, but they all decided to move down here due to all the problems they were having. Also, there's like a dry spout. There were a lot of fires that affected the homes, like in Malibu and a couple other places. And so there's a lot of social issues. It's more liberal over there too. So a whole different mentality,
Yeah.
definitely compared to the South.
For
And I've been
sure.
able to experience both the Southern aspect and the Western aspect. And so I think I'm like a hybrid combination of both. And it's definitely opened my mind to a lot of like a different mentality,
Yeah.
able to see both. And it definitely opens your mind. It's eye opening, and you get to see a lot of different aspects. And in California and Los Angeles especially, it's like a melting pot of all cultures, religions, people. I mean, you find Cubanos, you find Armenian, you find Arabic. It's everything. Like compared to the Valley, where it's mainly Latino and Mexican. So yeah, I didn't experience racism until I first moved to Los Angeles, and it was kind of crazy. Like it was just crazy. I didn't know anyone. I was 12 years old, but after a while, I found my little crew,
That's
and
good.
I learned to socialize. I was very secluded and introverted, and LA brought this side of me and acting. It definitely helped me find myself and find my voice as an artist. And now I've got my best friends are actually in LA. Like my closest friends are over there. I still have my friends here who I grew up with, but I'm actually closer, it seems like, to the people in LA. They
Yeah.
just kind of understand me better.
Well, yeah,
I don't
it's
really.
a different atmosphere for, I guess, because everybody here is very close-minded.
Yes.
So
Very
for you,
close minded here.
very
For
very
sure. I
close-minded.
think we
So
had to talk about this.
It-
Remember I was
yes,
cutting your hair, EJ too? Oh, we are like, dude,
yeah,
everyone's close minded here for
it
some
is.
reason.
It's a small like town mentality, and I mean I like to represent that, and people freak out when they see me down here, and they're like, "What are you doing in the valley?" I'm like, "I'm from here," and I'm like,
Bro,
"What?"
can I say the story how I met you?
Yeah, yeah, go ahead.
Dude, we're at was it Beer Lady, right?
I
We're
think
just
bearded,
chilling
yeah.
and whatever, and then his girl approaches me saying, "Hey, did you talk to my friend? Or are you talking to my friend?" And I was like, "Damn, what girl?" That was back then when I was in the club,
yeah,
bunch of
Yeah.
the
women
party
and stuff.
the
Nah, I'm
party
kidding.
scene.
Club
It was a
scene.
joke, club
Yeah.
scene. But I was like, I think so. And she told me the name, and I was like, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. And then I saw him there, and I was like, dude, this guy looks familiar. Like,
Yeah.
and I was like, nah, I can't be. Like, what is he doing here? But then I think I asked you, right? Like,
Yeah.
hey, are you famous?
Yeah.
And you're like, no. First you told me no, I think, and then you told me, nah, I am.
Yeah.
I came out to these movies, and I was like, bro, and I looked you up, and I was like, holy shit,
Trying to be
he's
humble, trying to be
here.
humble. He's like,
Eh,
no, no.
Hey, let me
I
buy you a
try to be
drink. I think I'll
humble,
buy you a
yeah.
drink too.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, I won't tell nobody you're here. I was all stupid, But
No, it's all good.
it was funny,
I
dog.
like to try to be humble, but then people won't let it go sometimes, and then I'll tell them it like because they'll. I meet a lot of people and they stay staring, and I'm just like, I've been able to like pick up on it now, the
Yeah.
way they look at me. So, and I didn't realize that many people would recognize me. Not even to like toot my own horn or anything, but it's just I guess people have seen my projects and they like them. I have like a little cult following, so I actually kind of I'm seeing it now. I'm opening my
Yeah.
eyes to it, and I'm seeing like the value that I bring to the culture, to Hollywood, to film. And I mean, I used to be really hard on myself, and like I didn't like my performances. But looking back, and the people I worked with even told me that I delivered and I did what I had to do. But now, definitely, I mean, I was 17, 16, 14, 13 when I did all this. Now, I've got so much more to offer.
Yeah,
I've grown so much as an artist.
yeah.
I've studied my craft. I like to say I'm a rookie and a vet. I've been doing this for 15, 16 years. So now, oh, they don't know what's coming. I'm ready.
Oh
I'm ready.
shit.
Oh
I
shit.
mean,
Be
I'm a,
ready, Valley. I mean,
yeah,
close-minded people.
everyone, just the world. I'm trying to take over the world and show the world what I've got. And I've got following all over the world. Honestly, one of my friends was in Spain, and they were playing my movies. And I have a business account on Instagram, so I'm able to see where all my followers are from and my main audience. And they're in Spain, Europe, Brazil,
Damn.
all over Arabia. So I love it. I mean, that's the thing. The medium of film is worldwide. I
Yeah.
mean, no matter what the language, I mean, even then it gets translated and dubbed. But I love film because you're able to reach an audience that you normally wouldn't be able to reach. Same with music, same with the arts. The arts are something that transcends and rises above any language, any understanding. And that's why I love art. I feel like you can spread any message, tell stories that last legacies, that last and go past generations. And you can honestly tell real authentic stories, and
Yeah.
thank God. But all my projects that I've been able to be a part of do that. They tell stories about family, about love, about overcoming your situations and your circumstances. And I'm very picky with my projects.
No, I was literally
Uh,
about to ask you, like, what made you choose those roles that you already in, and then when did you say, like, you know what? No, I don't want that. Like,
yes.
that doesn't feel right for me.
I've had a little like gap in between due to the actor strike and the writer strike, which I'll tell more about, and the COVID. But I've actually turned down a lot of roles. Roles that didn't align with my vision. Projects that just I'm not here to just do it for the clout, as they like to say. I'm here to tell stories.
Yeah.
I'm here to tell authentic, real, passionate stories. I'm here because I love what I do and I do what I love. and I'm not gonna take anything less. And the world and the universe will align with you when you walk that way.
Yeah.
When you walk in love and in light, and you do things for the love and the passion of the craft, there's a different frequency to you, a different vibration, and the universe just gives it to you. Like I have a couple projects coming up that honestly are amazing. I don't think there's been projects like this. I have this project. I can't say too much, but it's like a sci-fi thriller
That,
drama, and I am like the heart of the film,
yeah.
where I'm able to. At first, I started as a smaller character, which a lot of my projects do, but we're doing like 7 movies. Like it's a 7 movie like series,
Like like, yeah.
like a franchise.
Yeah.
And so they describe it as an X-Men spiritual spin-off, and so it's gonna be awesome. And then eventually I become the main character in the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and it's based on a book series. And I've always wanted to do. I love
Something
books.
like that,
Yeah,
yeah.
I love books. I love like franchises and stuff like that, like Percy Jackson, Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, anything like that, like X-Men, anything based on material that's been around for so long. I love those kind of projects, and God has blessed me with something that I can truly work with, and build upon and build a universe around. And I've actually been made producer, and that's something that I've been aiming towards for a while. So being Latino and in Hollywood, you don't get many opportunities like that. But I'm here to break boundaries and be a pioneer in what I do, and for La Raza and for the culture and for our people. And I mean, you have your Mexican actors, but a lot of those actors came from Mexico and are a lot of telenovela actors. The thing is, I think there's a difference between being Mexican and being Mexican American.
Mm-hmm.
Those are two different stories. And I grew up in Mexico. I grew up in Monterrey and Reynosa. I have family from there, but I'm being a hybrid and like a melting pot of both of the
It's
American
harder.
culture.
It's harder for you.
It's a different story to tell. Exactly. You don't know where to fit in. The odds are against you. Like, and I mean, it's something that I love and I want to tell more stories about. And I've been able to talk about it a bit. But now I definitely think that I can being more mature and being an adult now, I can definitely bring those authentic storytelling, and we need authentic representation, because we do have Mexican roles or like Latino, but they'll get like Guatemaltecos, or they'll get Cubans to play a Mexican. But I don't think no disrespect. I love what they're doing for Latinos above all, but you need an authentic Mexican representation, because they like to like stick us in with all the Latinos, but we all have our own
It
cultures.
was like J-Lo when they did for Selena. I was like, okay,
Exactly.
really?
Yeah.
But I mean, she looked like her. So that,
Yeah.
I mean, in
I
a
know.
sense, right? But like, and she had to come down to Corpus to kind of get that feel of like what it is to be like a Mexican American, right?
Yeah.
So I feel you on that.
Mhm.
You know, it's kind of like, oh shit, you know, can't really. But yeah,
And the world doesn't know that there's Mexicans that are like güeritos like you and me, like and like
Yeah.
Anthony, like just...
I'm blacked out.
no,
I
we're
mean,
güeritos.
I mean,
Like we're
I look
literally.
dark.
Everybody always says, "Are you from Monterrey? Are you from like
Yeah.
Nuevo León?" I'm like, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I do have descendants from over there, right?
My
You-
family's from New Orleans, so I get that. But now the world doesn't pick up on that.
No, yeah,
And the
100%.
culture, like I feel like not a lot of America, like we're put, if you're brown, that's how it's only brown
They're
Mexican.
Mexican.
And no, there's I mean, we come from we're mestizos, so we come from Native American and European conquistadores and Spanish, so we are a mix. And sometimes you lean more towards the European blood than the Native American blood.
And I'm half Italian, so
There you
it's
go.
for me,
We're
it's
all
kind of like
mixed.
all mixed.
I'm a
I'm
little
like,
bit
oh
German.
fuck.
Yeah, I'm a little bit German, so we all have like descendants and ancestry. But that's what it's becoming now, and like I feel like eventually we'll transcend that. Everyone's gonna be mixed. I mean, in LA, you see a lot of that. It's like Asian with Latino or Armenian.
That's kind of hot though.
Yeah, I
Those
mean,
those
it makes
japonesitos
different-
with the
Take it
Mexicans.
easy, take it
Hey, I'm like, oh
easy.
shit, okay, I like this hybrid.
You
Take it
definitely,
easy.
yeah, hybrid. You definitely get an interesting like culture shift and culture shock, and but that's the beauty of it. Like
Yeah.
a lot over there, there is also the aspect of like you don't see color. It's just more of like who you are as a person, what you bring to the table, the way you carry yourself, and I
Yeah.
love that. It's very interesting.
Hey, have you ever had a celebrity crush and you had the opportunity to meet her?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh,
I
who?
mean, it was more. It was more like
His smile.
like I met them.
Dude, I know. I never seen. Dude, that
Wait,
smile
wait,
look like
wait. Oh shit.
that. Damn love.
I'd rather not say. Don't know, but it's more they're Latino too. But it's more like I met them. I didn't know who they were. But then when I met them, it was just kind of like this connection, and like they're amazing. I mean they do it all, and they're on top of the world right now, and they're pushing the boundary for Latinos, and they're
Is
killing
it somebody big or is it
yeah,
some?
not
It's
someone big. Yeah, I worked with them. They're badass. They're amazing, and it's they're changing the culture, and they make music. She makes movies, a little bit of everything, dancing, and but they're shifting the culture, and that's what it's about.
I
And
think
I
I know who it
admire that
is.
about them. And,
Shakira. I'm kidding. She's all older.
Oh, imagine.
and I admire that about them, and
Yeah.
definitely, and they're killing it. And I just love to see my people win, and everyone
Hell
I've
yeah.
worked with has been on killing it lately. They were mainly Latinos.
Yeah.
I mean, I worked with Benicio, Isabella, Josh Brolin, David, and they are on top right now.
Shout out to all y'all. If y'all see
Yeah.
this, shout out. Like
Hell yeah.
They see it. And,
y'all are doing great.
they're shifting the culture. I didn't know, but Josh Brolin is Latino too. His dad was a Mexican actor. Brolin is actually meant to be like a Latino name.
Mhm.
I didn't realize at the time it's Spanish, but everyone I've worked with has been like mainly Latino cast, and Hollywood is small.
I was gonna say, well, have you had a director kind of like, I don't know, like, have you had any bad experiences with directors?
No, but I am gonna say the staff could be treated better. Hollywood is cutthroat, and I didn't realize that until I moved. But some of the ADs, some of the people, look, it takes making a film and with anything, it's like a cogs in a machine. It takes teamwork, dedication, and it takes everyone doing their part and their role, not just the actor, but
It's
the
everybody.
director, the cinematographer, the assistant directors, the ADs, the producers. It takes the writer. It takes everyone doing their part. Makeup, art, costume, wardrobe. It takes everyone working together, being on top of their game for the film to come together and be an amazing piece of art. And people just give the credit to the actors, which yes, a lot of it is left on us, but now I think I'm starting to see, but especially like they could still deserve more credit.
Yeah,
They still
that's
deserve more, and they could give it, and they're starting to. But the editor, the film editor, I mean, everything. It takes everyone working together and truly putting their ego aside and just giving it their best. And once they do that, you're able to make amazing art, and that goes for anything in life. Honestly, like you can't do it alone, and I realize that now. And whether it be music or fashion, it's a collaboration effort.
Yeah.
It's collaboration and teamwork. And once people are able to put their ego aside, which I'm able to do, thank God, the people that I've worked with, they've loved working with me. They said I'm easy to work with, and that's what it's about. Because I see myself as an actor, I'm there when I show up. I tell the directors and the producers, what do you want from me?
Yeah.
What do you need from me? Tell me, and I'll deliver it. And that's what it's about. Obviously, and I've worked with different directors, and a lot of them have actually given me the freedom to like just
Make it your own.
yes, to make it my own. But those are the best kind of directors. Like you will have your Quentin Tarantino's where it's like this is the way I want it and I need it and I wrote it, which is cool too. But then when you let the artist have that freedom of expression, which is why I love art, then you're able to just give, and the artist knows what they need to bring and they know their character and they do their work, then you're able to bring it to life. And that's what it's about, bringing something on paper that is dead pretty
Yeah.
much and giving it personality and giving it that humanistic, character and making it a human being. And once, like, I've worked with Guillermo del Toro, I've worked with George R. Gutierrez, which has made some of my favorite Latino projects, like animated projects growing up. So it's insane.
Or like the Book of Life, right?
The Book of Life
Book
and
of
Guillermo
Life.
del Toro and George. I worked with both of them on that, and I love Guillermo del Toro. I mean, another visionary who's been taking over lately, especially with Frankenstein.
Yeah.
And I mean, those are the stories. But they tell stories that are authentic. They're almost like novelas,
Yeah.
which a lot of people might know or not know. But those are like the deep rooted, like emotional projects.
Would you ever do a novela?
I would. I have a cousin who's a
That'd be a good one.
telenovela actor, and he offers me some projects, and I would. I mean,
That would be cool to see you as
I'm willing to do anything as long as it's a
that,
good
those
story.
slaps. Bah!
right? And the crying, like every scene.
No, Julio, no.
No.
Right?
Está muerto. Está muerto.
Yeah, and I grew up watching telenovelas with my mom and my grandma. So again, I think I bring all that to the table.
Yeah.
I mean, you're a culmination of everything that you grew up on, you listen to, you watch. You are what you take in, whether it be like whatever you watch on TikTok or Instagram or movies. You become what you inhabit and what you're constantly taking
How
in.
long does it take you to get like into character? Like,
It takes me a while. I do my research. I have this project I've been working on for like they give me like 8, 7 months. We might go shoot next month in Vegas, and I mean that's what we're aiming for. But sometimes with politics in Hollywood,
all
it
that
can
shit.
change. It
Yeah.
can be pushed back. I have a couple projects that are actually on hold, and they've been on hold for a while. But I'll read the books. I'll study the script. I'll rehearse, and even then I keep rehearsing. I mean, it never ends for me. Even when I'm on set, I'm still rehearsing. And definitely I felt like I could have, when I was younger, I didn't realize, but I could have studied even harder. I would take more of a naturalistic approach because I mean every actor has his process.
Yeah.
I would take more of a process where like I read the script, but then I'd just go on set and then like I didn't want to overdo it because when I would overdo it back then, it would come out too performative. That comes from it roots from my theater acting where which I started with, and I can't be over performative, over the top,
Yeah.
more scripted. But the films that I've been a part of have been more natural, and I took that from Robert De Niro, which is more like of a Stella Adler technique, one of the original like founders of film, and she was one of the original acting teachers who taught the greatest like Benicio and I think Marlon Brando and a couple other actors, the original Marilyn Monroe, and so same with Meisner. That's the Meisner technique, which is kind of being truthful in the moment and bringing authenticity and emotional recall, which is just kind of like bringing your past experiences from life and applying them to the role,
Yeah.
to the scene. But once you do that, I like to take more of a naturalistic approach, which has helped me. And with the artists that I've worked with Benicio and with David, I picked that up from them. I've been
Yeah.
blessed to work with amazing artists, and I learn from them. I'm always watching when I'm on set. I'm always asking questions, and it trips them out, the directors. But if you're willing to learn, I've noticed they're willing to answer. And the producers, I'd be on set, always talking to them, chopping it up, and asking them questions, and I observe a lot. So when I was working with Benicio, I noticed that was his approach.
Yeah.
And Benicio, honestly, I think he's one of the best alive and one of the best to ever do it. One of the best actors to ever be in front of the camera. And he's getting his flowers recently. He did a movie with Leo. He got
Oh, yeah.
nominated for an Oscar, for an Academy Award. And I mean, slowly but surely, Latinos are taking over, and they're all getting what like the flowers they deserve.
Yeah.
But
That's good, man.
yeah, I observe from them and I learn from them, and that's the approach I like to take, natural, as real, as authentic. And Robert De Niro, I learned this from, which was one of my favorite actors, and he said, "There's many ways to deliver a line. Like say someone died, it could be very straightforward. It could be crying, but the audience will add. You don't even have to do much, especially with film. The film picks up everything, and the audience adds the value. I
Yeah.
mean, everyone is different, so the way you deliver a line could be so different. There is no right or wrong way to act either, so it's very interesting. And art is in the eye of the beholder, so it's all perception, but there definitely is an authentic way to tell a story and to bring a character to life. So all of that comes into play, and I'm just studying all that, and I'm finding my balance. But I know that I'm only gonna keep growing, and I'm only gonna keep mastering my craft, and I'm just gonna keep trying to be the best at what I do, and that's all I'm here for.
Yeah, that's
To be
good.
the
Yeah.
best.
And how do you okay, so I was gonna say, how do you transition from going and filming and stuff like that, and then coming back to the valley and just kind of like, oh,
Yeah.
going back to reality or going back to
To
like
close-minded
normal,
people.
close-minded,
Just kidding.
It's
closed-minded.
it's
a
almost
joke,
it's
man.
like
We
a
love y'all.
roller coaster. Like every actor says it. You're on top of the world. And it's like a high. There's nothing that compares to being on set.
Yeah.
At least for someone who loves the craft like me. And when you're on set, you're on top of the world. I mean, you're doing what you love, and you're making a good amount of money for what you do. And I mean, it doesn't even. There's a saying: you do what you love, you won't work a day in your life. It'll never feel like work. And with acting, I definitely feel like that.
Like
And
Anthony.
yes, and like that's the point that I try to tell people: just pursue what you love what you do what you love, and the rest will follow. And it's definitely kind of depressing once you come off that set. Sometimes you'll be on that set for 3 months.
Keep
You'll
going.
you'll know everyone. You connect with the cast and crew. And I've seen it's been a lot of times where, like, you'll have a wrap up party, and people will cry and people will be sad, and you're saying your goodbyes because I mean you live with these people.
Yeah, they're like family.
They become family, and you live with them. You see them every day for 3 4 months, every day, and you get your days off, but it's still you connect with them. And then when you're building something like that, and you're working on something that's art, especially related, you guys are putting your all into it.
Yeah.
You get close to them.
Do you still stay in touch with like some of your co-stars and stuff like that?
Yes, yes, I do, and I always support them, and I don't think they know what I have coming. I've told a few of them, but I'm gonna catch up to them,
That's
and
good.
I'm gonna be up there with them. I took my little break. I actually almost quit acting. Honestly, I haven't told just anyone this, but I walked away for a bit. But
Damn.
there's a funny thing about fate. I just wanted to find myself.
Yeah.
I wanted to know because I had been doing this my whole life. It's all I'd ever known. So I was like, am I doing this for the fame? Am I doing this for like to make my mom happy only? But then, and I was going through some personal stuff, and but once I walked away, I realized, and I tried other things. I realized I love this, and this is my passion, and I was born for this. I do believe in destiny and fate, and there's some things that just call you back, and it has just kept calling me back. But thank God, due to the people in my life and my team, they never let me quit on myself.
That's good.
Oh yeah, she never quit.
Yeah, Hollywood is very cutthroat, and so sometimes it'll make you doubt yourself. I mean, you audition 100, 200 times, and you get maybe one yes, and then after a while of hearing so many no's, it starts to get to you,
Yeah.
and you start thinking, man, what's wrong with me? But that's the thing about acting. It's not just how good of an actor you are. It's your physicality. A lot of casting directors, which I noticed now over time, it took me being in the industry for 15 years to pick up on it. But it's more than just how good you can act. It's also sometimes they'll have a certain physical build in mind or a certain person, and once they know, they know. And but a lot of I have gone close, and that's what let me kept going. There's like stages to this. There's a callback after an audition, and then there's a director session. There's being on hold, and I've been able to do all that
Yeah.
where I get really far. But then there was an aspect that I wouldn't get down, which would be the interview, right? I'd get really shy during the interview because I'd be meeting some of my biggest like some of my biggest inspirations, and I'd be almost like shell shocked. But
Oh yeah.
now, being an adult, I realized, and working with after working with so many people, I realized that I have something to bring that no one else can offer, and that's what makes me me, and that's what makes me the artist that I am that no one can replicate. And I'm just gonna lead more towards that. It's that X factor, the thing about you which everyone has,
Yeah.
but the thing about you that makes you you, and no one else can replicate it. No one else can bring that to the table.
Would you ever do reality TV?
That's a good question. People have asked me. I've been offered. Not at the moment. I've kind of seen myself as an artist who, depending on what it is, but no, honestly, not right now. And even if no matter how much it pays, I not like I don't no, I don't want to say the wrong words, but I do respect it, and I do see it as a job too. It is scripted too. Even though people don't realize it is scripted, it is acting, but I want to be known for projects that like the ones that I've done that are just real, not like, yeah, authentic stories
Yeah.
and challenging, and working with actors and artists and directors who are just as passionate about it and who are trying to tell authentic stories that change your mind and change your perception of life, and just badass stories, badass projects. So not at the moment, but depending on what the reality show would be.
Because I've always wanted to make a reality show here.
Yeah, that's about what.
Oh, I heard about that with Easy.
Well,
76,
well,
right?
I get. Well, yeah, that
Like
was
club
one. That
life?
was one. That was one. Like back then, right? Because obviously, 76 was a very big thing. It was kind of like a Jersey Shore, right? Like we would
Yeah.
party, work, party, work, party, work. So I was thinking about doing a reality show off of us, right? But now that I'm out of 76, But I kind of want to do something where it's like a day in the life of people who are from here to kind of showcase, like, what we go through, how the valley is, some of the struggles because we live so close to the border.
Yeah.
We always get the short end of the fucking stick all the time. And, just kind of just go in an everyday basis because a lot of people don't know us.
I mean, that's actually, again, that's a story that I'd be willing to tell. That's different. It's not
It's
like
different.
everything
I
that's
know.
out there.
Like, I don't want to do like no, like Jersey Shore. No, like, I mean, obviously there's gonna be drama, right? Because who doesn't have drama in their
Everybody has
life,
drama.
even though it's real life, But yeah, I think that would be something good for here because, I mean, when you go and you do like these interviews, and you're like, oh yeah, I'm from McAllen. They're like, where?
Yeah.
Where I'm from the valley. Where?
Where?
Like what?
And you say in the bottom they think
And
it's
then you
Mexico.
tell them, oh, it's by like Mexico, but then they're like thinking like, oh, like fucking donkeys and shit,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
you know what I mean?
No,
So
yeah.
it's kind of hard,
ride
and
a
I would
horse.
love,
Talking about.
for like a reality show here, and I've been, it's been in the little works, right? But. And I feel like that would be good for you too. I mean, I would
Yeah.
love to see like what you're in the day in the life and take you take us and
If I was-
auditions and stuff like that.
If I was in the party life, I'll be down for a reality show, but I stopped already.
But it doesn't, that's what I'm saying. Like,
And we try to do
obviously
one
you
with
can
our cell phones, but we're like,
oh my God, I can't wait.
no, we did it. Me, Danica, and everybody were like, oh, is it whatever, and we're like, this because we were fucking partying hard.
Well, I know.
Every
let's
weekend
do it
was
at
like-
76. It would have
Dude.
been like a Jersey Shore. I love
Bottles, girls, we had everything.
Valley
We
life.
partied up on top of the what's the one? The next to 76?
Beer.
Rewind.
Oh, rewind.
In the top, dude, I partied up there. A lot of people don't really party up there. I was one of the first ones.
Ah,
Yeah, I was, and I had
know,
the fucking.
I know.
And I had a personal bartender
Yes.
up there, and Easy was there pouring shots for all of us. We were
Yeah.
there right behind
Yeah.
the DJ. But yeah, that was back in the past.
Yeah.
But I'm older now, wiser.
Did you ever go to a Hollywood party? Like,
Oh
an
yeah,
all big
that's a
old-
good question right there.
Yeah, I did. I went to this actress's house. She was pretty big, and they had like Mercedes Benz on the rooftop.
A la madre.
It was crazy. I took a friend. I didn't realize. I thought she was gonna be there, but it was more like it was more like networking. They have
Yeah.
networking parties where you just meet. I was invited by my publicist and my manager. I mainly went to go meet my publicist at the time, and then but it was cool. I mean, it was networking, and they were like up and coming actors who wanted to meet people, and I mean, Hollywood is small, and honestly, once you meet the actors in your community, it's the same crowd. You get your new generation, but like especially with Latinos, it's the same freaking crowd. The Latino community in Hollywood is small for actors and artists, and I mean it's kind of it's all combination.
Yeah.
People don't realize, but it's you do it all. Like over there, it's dancing, modeling, acting, singing.
So you
A
have
lot of these
everybody in
artists
that.
do it all. And once you meet a model, you meet the actor, you meet the singer, and it's a small community.
Do you know? Okay, because it is a small world, right? But her name is Gabriela Flores, and she is an actress. She's done so many things. I went to school with her. Shout out to Gabriela.
She's
Gabby?
familiar.
Yes, she's
she
done
doing?
tax collector. She was.
That's my friends were in tax collector.
Yeah, so-
the main actor Bobby Soto.
Yes.
He's a really
Okay.
good friend of mine.
So
Hey.
Gabriela was the niece of the quinceañera girl,
Oh,
and
okay.
she's done Texas Ranger, the reboot of Texas
She's
Ranger.
from the valley.
Yeah, she's from.
We have a lot of talent down here.
Dude.
Yeah,
we
so
do.
yeah, we do, and I went to school with her. She did leave mid high school to go and pursue acting, right? So she did a lot of stuff, and she did a Netflix show, but she was like in for like a split second. She was on a
Yes.
date,
That's the work.
and
Work
and
is
that's
work, man.
that's why I'm like, well, maybe you know her, but
Well, my friends know her.
yeah, more than she, yeah,
What
100%.
was her name? Gabriela.
Gabriela Flores.
Shout out to Gabby. I
Yeah, dude,
definitely
and she's
appreciate
killing it, and she did Battleship something like that.
Our next
so.
interview.
Yeah, yeah, I know, for real.
Next
but she
podcast.
lives, she literally, like, her parents are doctors and stuff. Literally sold their house, sold everything, and they flew. And they moved over there, and they live over there.
Smart.
That's crazy. Her brother is in San Antonio, but
For real.
yeah. So I'm like, shout out.
Hey, I got a question though.
Yeah, go for it.
Any upcoming movies?
Oh yeah, I can't
From
say
you?
too. Look, well, I can say a few about him. So I have Macho, which is based on a book as well. It's
Okay.
about the movement. It's about the Mexican movement in the '60s. There was this man. I forgot his name off the top of my head, but I remember. But he was the one that would fight for the Mexicans' rights and the immigrants.
Oh
There
Mm.
shit.
was
What's up?
because there were a lot of like people Mexicans working who would come to California and Texas and all the border states. And I think Cesar Chavez, that was his name.
That's
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
and
Chavez.
he would fight for their rights, and they were overworking them, and I mean they were working in fields, and it's about this young guy who it's about the story of becoming a man, you
yeah.
know, and he moves from Michoacan, a small village, and goes to California to become a man and make money for his family, and it's like a story about revenge. It's almost like an old spaghetti western. It's awesome, and that one is we're still working on. Um, a lot of the projects, it's an indie project, and a lot of those projects were kind of pushed back due to the actor strike and writer strike
Yes. I'm sorry about that.
and COVID. It's all good, but everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
And then I also have another project called Killer Date, another indie project, and that one's
Oh
about
shit.
like this vlogger, YouTuber who dates a lot of girls, and I'm playing him, the main
Hmm.
character. And then he goes on a date in Mexico, and the main girl ends up being the a sicaria, the daughter of the main cartel head, and it's almost like Hostel meets Saw meets um like a thriller, like
Damn.
it's like a horror film almost.
Damn, so excited. I'm
Yeah.
Hey, I
excited
know.
already.
You
Can't
better
wait to
invite
see
us.
that
I want to
movie.
go.
The premiere.
And then I have a huge Sicario 3 is in the
Oh
works.
That's
shit.
good.
It's
That's what I
called
wanted to hear right now.
Yeah, it's called Capos, Sicario 3 Capos, which means boss. And there's been a lot of politics behind it. I mean, they already wrote it, rewrote it. They're just looking. We've had producers, like the producer for Mission Impossible. He came from 9 or 10, and then he dropped out. And it's been like that for, it's been development hell for a couple of years. But it's gonna happen. I have faith.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, I
So do
wanna
I.
see
Have
it.
faith. I want to
This,
see it.
sometimes things can take. There's a lot of politics behind it. Like I can honestly
I
say,
believe you.
Sicario 2 almost didn't get released because a bunch of studios were buying them out, and then it got bought by Columbia, and then I think Sony ended up keeping it, but it almost didn't come out. My other film
Damn.
with Van Damme, We Die Young, almost didn't come out. So
What?
there's a lot of projects that are filmed and then they're shelved. Same with music, and so it's crazy, man. If only you guys knew the politics behind it. There's
No,
so
I mean, I
many.
can
I mean,
imagine.
I kind of
Yeah.
imagine too. I don't know, but I kind of imagine.
Uh,
Hey, but how was it working with Van Damme?
It was awesome. He actually helped me find my path. I'm a martial artist since I was a child and as I was young. And when I worked with him, seeing how he would move, he did his own stunts, and he was like in his 70s.
Damn.
He was cut. He was more fit than everyone on that set. I mean, even the actors that I worked with who had fighting scenes with him were like, that man's legit. Like he actually flipped them and tackled them, and he was a little rough, but that was. I mean, you need the authenticity,
Yeah, yeah.
and like they were like he's strong for his age, and I mean he's a huge like inspiration to me and a cultural icon. I mean, you
For
guys
me
have seen
too.
Bloodsport, yeah,
I like watching him when he was, since I was young. I watched
Yeah.
all his movies.
he was on
Street
top of the
Fighter.
world. Street Fighter, yes,
Dude.
Bloodsport.
Did you ever do your own stunts?
Yes, I do my own stunts for most of all my projects. Like I would have my stunt doubles there, and I was like, no, show me how to do it, but I'll do it. And that's what inspired me working with them. And my goal now is to be like the next Bruce Lee, the next Van Damme.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Doing my own stunts, the next Jackie Chan,
Jackie
Jet
Chan, I'm about to
Li,
say too.
Jet
Gotta throw
Li,
Jackie Chan in there.
Michael J. White. Oh man, it goes on. The list goes on and on. But I want to bring martial arts movies back, and I mean they're making a comeback with like Jason Statham, and a couple other actors,
That's
and I
good.
mean the Karate Kid Legends, to the last film that just came out, and Cobra Kai,
Mhm.
and I actually
Yeah.
auditioned for Cobra Kai, and a couple other projects like Stranger Things, and I got close.
Oh, Stranger
But-
Things.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
would've been
that
good.
would have been awesome. You're in there. I can
But-
see you in there. I don't know why.
I was auditioned for Mike, the main character. I was a little bit older though than all
Yeah.
the current actors,
Mhm.
and I was Mexican. I was actually darker, I had a darker tan when I was younger. I don't know if that played into it, but I got really close. I got on like the director session, and I got like I was on Pin. When you're on Pin, you're like one of the opportunities. You're one of the actors they're considering. but they gave it to the white boy.
I would have given it to you.
Right, right. But
I know.
everything happens for a reason. Stranger Things was huge,
Yeah.
huge cultural. I mean, project. It just ended, and I mean, they definitely are making their millions. But I'll have my time.
Oh yeah,
I'm not tripping.
100%,
Still young,
100%.
brother. You
What
got this.
franchise would you want to go to
That's a
if you
good
had to? If you
question.
had to choose a franchise,
That's a
it could be a reboot. It can be an old whatever franchise.
That's a good question. No one's asked me that. Oh, I think the Karate Kid franchise
Oh,
and Marvel or DC.
yay, Marvel! That's what I wanted you to say.
Yeah, I can see you in Marvel. I don't know
Marvel.
why I can see you
Well,
there.
the thing about that is, I think if you get an actor who's an actual fan, also Star Wars. But if you get an actor who's an actual fan of it, you can truly bring an authenticity to the character. And I'm a huge nerd and geek, so when it comes to all those franchises, I would know. You give me the character, and I will know who they are. I mean, I had these encyclopedias of like Marvel and DC, where every written comic book character was in there, and I would study that back and forth. So even the smaller storylines and characters that people don't know about, I know about.
Yeah,
And a lot of these projects are what they're doing. Like they're just storylines that were already written. Like Civil
Yeah.
War was actually Civil War in the comic books. The Secret Wars are doing and the Doomsday storyline that's already been written. So they're just adapting them to from comic book to
to
screenplay.
screenplay.
And so when you have again when you have like a source material to
Mhm.
pull from as an actor, I think it gives you so much more. And when you're a fan of it, again, it gives you so much more to play with.
Most, yeah,
And when you stick to the source material, you really bring it to life and you please the fans and the real true people who have been following that their whole lives. And when you try to bring someone, whether it be a director or actor, who doesn't understand the material like that and isn't a fan of it,
it's kind of
I
hard.
feel like that's when you mess it up. And
Yeah.
a lot of the fans get upset, which is what's happened with some of the Star Wars projects lately.
And Spider Man.
And Spider-Man, yes. A lot of
Mm.
people I love Tom Holland, but he's a combination of like Miles Morales with Peter Parker.
Yeah.
I think the most authentic Peter
True.
Parker was Andrew Garfield,
Oh,
where because I
The
mean
Amazing Spider-Man.
Amazing Spider-Man,
Yeah.
which they're gonna do part 3 finally. I think I've heard, and that's the beauty of projects. Sometimes you can have the sequel come out 10, 12 years later. You can get picked up years later, and they're gonna do a Spider-Man 4 with Tobey Maguire, I believe. They're still coming back for the Secret Wars and other ones. That wasn't the last you saw of them in the last Spider-Man, but that's the thing about it. Like when you and Andrew Garfield was a true fan who had been following Spider-Man from the beginning since he was a kid. And when you bring someone like that, and I think Andrew was the best authentic Spider-Man and Peter. And I mean, Tobey Maguire brought a more authentic Peter, I feel like. And Andrew still got the Spider-Man down part right. But he's like a shit talker, excuse my French, but he would talk a lot of crap,
Yeah.
Spider-Man, and he was very funny and like he was never serious. And when you bring that to the table, then yeah, it's better. And the Tom Holland that we had, he does that to a certain extent, but it's more of like I said, a combination of Miles Morales with Peter Parker. And again, but that's his approach, and it works. I mean, it works, and it has its appeal to it. But when you stick to the source material and you can do both authentically, I mean, you kill it, you know.
yeah.
But Tom definitely has that athletic ability that brings authenticity to Spidey. So I mean, you have your pros and cons, but if you bring a true fan of the source material, they're gonna kill it. And I
What
feel that's
what
good.
what Marvel, the Mexican one, that fights with freaking Spider Man, that they were looking there.
Miles? Or he's like,
Oh, the one
He
with
was the one that they're thinking about doing Bad Bunny for.
whoa.
Wait, what?
He has his-
It's a fucking fuck.
I was thinking about Iron Man, but
No. It's a comic book, like he's a superhero, but he's one of those that he could go bad or good, and he's like real
Anti-hero.
Mexican.
what is this like power or
the
I
Mafia,
don't know, 'cause he was-
Kingpin, Pin, some no.
No,
he's a villain. King.
Yeah,
That's a villain, right?
it's like he's wearing like a muchoro or whatever.
Luchador Mask.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hi, damn it! And they were thinking about Bad Bunny for
Mysterio.
it.
I don't know.
I think that's good, but I feel like a lot of these singers they bring in, they're not actors.
Yeah,
Like,
I was like, maybe you should play it.
maybe.
Ah,
Oh yeah, it's true.
But a lot of these singers they bring in, which is still representation, he's Latino, but they're not the best actors at it. But I mean, they're huge cultural icons, so
Yeah.
obviously they're gonna get their work. And a friend of mine has worked with Bad Bunny on Narcos when they came out for a bit. So I mean, it's still awesome, but I feel like they need to bring. There can be artists and singers who do act and master it, and like who are great at both. But sometimes there's singers trying to be actors and actors trying to be singers.
Fingers, yeah.
And I don't knock the hustle or the grind, but they need to put in the work. They need to study the craft and actually do it for the love of the craft, not just for the paycheck. Which
Yeah.
I'm not saying Benito or Bad Bunny is doing that, but
Yeah.
honestly, if he got a good acting coach, a great phenomenal acting coach, he could kill it, and he still does great. But I feel like he's playing himself in
Every movie that he's done,
every
yeah.
movie.
I literally see him. I'm like, bruh,
Yeah,
that's you.
yeah, and which is a lot of actors do, like The Rock, although he changed that up recently, and it still works for them. Jason Statham too, but I mean they found their niche that works for them, and that's great. But the actors, I admire the actors like Brad Pitt, like Benicio, like Leonardo DiCaprio, who embody the character, and you don't even recognize them sometimes,
Yeah.
and you know them more. You're not seeing Johnny Depp playing, say, Captain Jack Sparrow. You're seeing Jack Sparrow, and that's something that I love. Also, Tilda Swanson, I believe is her name. She was like the Ice Queen in Narnia. She is
Oh
another
yeah.
phenomenal actress who embodies her personas and her characters. And there was this movie where she played a male and a female, and no one even knew that she played both. And that's she didn't she took her name out the credits, and that's something that like I admire that I want to do. I look up to Daniel Day Lewis, like just the greatest, like the ones who embody and become every character and every project is something different, and they challenge themselves to grow, and that's the level I see myself on. And when I'm given the opportunity, I will show that I can bring that to the table, and I will.
And
But
you will,
yeah,
man. I
You
believe in
will.
you,
We
bro.
believe in
Honestly,
you.
I believe
thank
in
you.
you. But I know you gotta take off. It's already
And
nine
yeah.
thirty.
And
But this is the hot seat, so we're gonna put you on the hot seat.
Yeah,
Well,
right.
before we start with the hot question, you have anything you want to tell them, Ruben? Or you good?
no, I'm proud of you, and I've known you for a while, so
Yes.
and continue to what you're doing, and keep it up.
Thank you.
I just want a part two if you're down.
I'm down.
We can jump to like conspiracy
What?
stuff,
Right?
like deep stuff. Like I know you're good with all that
Oh
stuff.
yeah, I love.
Like last time we had a badass conversation when I was cutting your hair.
Yeah,
I'm fucking down, bro.
I'm down. And
But-
Part 2.
and I have I wanted to say that I have a lot of stuff coming out, music, fashion, a lot of projects that they're not ready for and they don't know what's coming. And so I'd rather just be about it, not just talk about it. Those
Hey.
Yeah, you're the guys. Be ready. He's coming.
yeah, I'm coming
I
back.
believe, dude. I believe in you.
Thank you.
Like, I'm proud of
Thanks a
you.
lot.
Be
Thank
honest. I barely know you, but shit,
No,
you
I'm,
did more than me.
I'm doing this for the SF, for the culture, for the valley, for my people, and they're gonna see it.
Hell yeah. So, but
Well,
I don't know if you want to.
you go
should
for
you
it.
drink it?
Yeah.
Do you want to drink or no?
I'd
Nah,
rather-
not right now. Because
that-
yeah. But here's the hot question, all right? It's a good one. Have you been to a Diddy's party or know anyone that been to a Diddy's party? Hold on.
Oh, here we go. So I was invited. I did hear about it. I didn't realize what it was at the time, but my manager actually warned me about it.
Oh,
And,
shit.
uh,
Shit.
She just kind of told me in a certain way. This was back in 2018, 2017, around the Me Too movement. And I actually had Harvey Weinstein wanting to maybe sign me. And I mean, besides what he's done, I loved his work. I don't agree with the man, personal life, but he created some of the best films that
Yeah.
I grew up watching, like Pulp Fiction with Quentin Tarantino, like Kill Bill. So a lot of my projects. So I was really excited when one of his managers wanted to like maybe sign with me, but then my manager, who has passed away, God rest her soul, she was like another mom to me. So I was with her since I was 12 years old, and she was the first one that signed me and showed me the game and the way that Hollywood works. And she warned me. She didn't tell me too directly, but she's like, they might, yeah, they'll invite you and you'll have fun, but they might drug you and then take advantage of you and
Oh,
take
hell
videos
no.
of you and hold it like over your head, and then they own you. And once I heard that, I was like, yeah, no, I'm not going to that party.
Fuck that. Ruben would have went.
I would have. Nah, I mean, I would have. No.
A lot of people will. I mean, I live by. A lot of people are willing to do anything for that fame, which I don't. I mean, hey, that's your
you do
thing.
you.
But I live by
boo-boo.
this, which is from scripture, and it says, "For what is a man to gain the world if he loses his soul?" And then the
Oh,
other
hell
way
yeah.
around, for what is a man to give up to gain his soul back? And so, my faith has kept me aligned with my purpose, and I was actually prophesized when I was 5 years old by a pastor that God spoke to him and told him that I would be a bright star in Hollywood one day. So I'm not sweating it. That's why I've taken my time with my craft and with my projects. And I know I'll make it because God has willed it. And what God says happens and comes true. And
Hell
so
yeah.
that's part of my testimony
I
as a
like that,
Christian.
bro.
And I'm here to bring God to Hollywood. And I'm here to, just spread his glory and his love. And this project that I'm doing is about Jesus and about God, Jehovah. And it's very interesting. It's angels and demons and like aliens and a little bit of everything. So it's gonna be very interesting, and I'm able to play a Christian. I'm playing a Christian in my role, and again, authenticity. Because when I met the producer, he was like, "Okay, you are the character, and you can bring this authenticity because I am Christian. And I've been through my own walk, and I've been through my trial by fire." And so I can bring a true, authentic performance as a Christian to this Christian character.
Yeah.
And so it's an extension of myself. And that project, I think, it's definitely it's gonna take over Hollywood, and it's gonna give opportunities for Latinos. And it's a diverse cast: Asian, Mexican, Black, white, everything. So I'm loving it, and we're gonna work with some pretty big actors, and it's gonna be fun.
That's good.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Thank you guys
Well,
for
I know
having me.
you gotta go to work,
Yeah.
man. I wish I could talk more. I mean,
Next,
I
part
could
two.
talk more, but I know you can't.
Yeah,
But-
part two.
Hell yeah. Let's
Part
do it,
two,
man.
part two.
coming
Like and
soon.
comment.
Oh, sorry. I'm just testing them. They all suck. All right, man. There you go.